Happy Thursday, everybody out there in North Central Washington, the Wenatchee Valley, anybody watching us on the World Wide Web or on our Facebook page. Welcome to this Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, 12th day of October 2017. I am Dan Koontz. I'll be in this chair for the next hour. To my immediate left, News Director Steve Hare, who will be in that chair for about the next 15 minutes. Happy Thursday to you.
You too.
How you doing today?
Friday Eve.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. Where's my coffee?
Yeah, mine's right here.
Well, I know, but, what's the deal?
I'll get you a cup in a couple of minutes. So yeah, grab yourself a cup of Joe and sit down and flip on the old TV and start your day with us the NCW Life Channel way. Do we have a way?
I think we do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
okay.
the right way.
We have a certain savoir-faire. We're working on it anyway. My guest today in the second half of the show is Darcy Christopherson, the administrator for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. The big auction is coming up. We'll talk about that.
Ooh, big
we got
fundraiser.
Got a lot of cool photos to show you, too, from previous auctions. It's one of the big parties of the year around the Wenatchee Valley. Looking forward to that. I'm in an exceptionally good mood today because that Yankees win.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, they came. What a comeback.
Yeah.
Down 2-0.
Yeah, we did it, yeah. It was funny because I'm watching the game and I'm just into it because I love postseason baseball.
Yeah.
Granted, I mean, even if my Yankees weren't in it, and we're in it, we're going to be in the Final Four. I would watch anyway because I just love baseball and I really love postseason baseball. But my dog was going nuts with me yesterday because I'm going, and the dog's going, what's going on here?
Little shortstop, Gregorius.
Yeah, he's great.
2 home runs.
He's great.
Sabathia, the fattest man in baseball, won last night. The pitcher.
It's not, it's the analogy that skips my brain right now. In any event, I'm in a really good mood. So Yankees and Houston get going tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that, although I'll miss the game. I'll have to DVR and watch it later. 2 minutes after the hour. We got a very interesting weather forecast for you. In fact, Steve's News is going to talk about snow at pass level. We'll have that in just a couple of minutes. And we have a brand new camera we want to roll out that we just put up a couple of days ago. But first, as always, the Wenatchee Valley takes center stage. Good morning, Wenatchee.
Wow.
Beautiful morning today. We were expecting a little bit of light rain yesterday afternoon and last night, and we got quite a bit of rain, as a matter of fact.
We did, as a matter of fact, yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to have quite a bit of rain today, beginning at about 11 o'clock this morning and going pretty much all afternoon. Forecast details are coming up. Good morning, Wenatchee. Good to have you on board. Camera 2 will take us to... That's
looking west, I guess, on Highway 2 towards the Upper Valley. Is that it?
I'm sorry, Caleb was just telling me what it was. It's Plain.
Plain.
Oh, that's one of the new cameras. That's Nanapoc Ridge.
I'm totally disoriented here.
Yeah, that's Nanapoc Ridge.
Nothing new.
So, and that's a brand new camera. We just put that one up,
That's
Steve.
new, huh?
Yep, that's Nanapoc up near the Lake Wenatchee area. Beautiful morning there, camera 3. And this is the one I'm really looking forward to. That is what we're going to call the Pateras.
Is that the jump off?
That's Pateras.
Pateras, okay.
That, you can see the bridge, and you can see where the Met Howe
Help me, folks,
empties
I'm
into
lost.
the Columbia. You see that? So Pateras is right in the middle of your screen.
Gotcha.
If you look carefully, you can see the bridge. You can see where the Met Howe empties into the Columbia. You can actually, if you squint, you can see Brewster. This is a spectacular camera. I just love it. I was just staring at this all day yesterday.
That is a nice shot.
That view.
Great
Isn't that incredible?
perspective.
Absolutely incredible. The Alta Lake Golf Course is to the lower left of your screen. You can't quite
That
see
would
it.
be Highway 153 then that heads up the
Yep,
Met Howe
it's
River.
heading up the Met Howe. That's just beautiful. We're going to call that the Pateras camera because we have to call it something. And camera 4 will take us to Cougar Ridge.
A little stormy up there in the mountains,
It
doesn't
does, doesn't it? And that's going to be our lead story here when Steve gets to the news in just a couple of minutes over to Bastion Bridge. Darcy Christopherson, by the way, our guest, lives on the east side, had to take Sunset Highway in, and she said it was just nuts. It was just took her a long time to get from her house down to Sunset Highway across the bridge and to
traffic.
She said it was especially on Sunset Highway.
Interesting.
Why, I don't know, but that was just a quick little update from traffic reporter Darcy Christopherson 4 minutes after the hour. Let's do your weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Story today is going to be rain, going to be cool, going to be wet. 52 degrees, Steve. Our normal high is 64. That's very chilly for this time of the year. The rain will get going, Steve, about 11 o'clock this morning, and will go till about 11 o'clock tonight. Pretty consistent rain. It's not going to dump down. Don't start building an arc. We're not there yet. But about a quarter of an inch of rain expected.
Quarter inch is a lot of rain.
That's for us, it's quite a bit. The rain should be tapering off tonight. Some light showers tonight spilling into Friday. Friday, a mixed bag. We're going to get up to some rain and some clouds on Friday. By mid-morning to just about noon, here comes the sun, and then the sun will be in charge by Friday afternoon, lasting right through Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Overnight lows, chilly, especially Friday night. Again, as I mentioned, by Friday afternoon, about 1 or 2, the sun will be out, and with those clear skies overnight Friday into Saturday, when you go out and about Friday night for high school football, it's going to get cold.
I was thinking up at the higher elevations, Lake Wenatchee area, probably even colder than that, and some of those sheltered canyons and valleys will be freezing.
Steve's going to talk about what's going on in the mountain passes when we do the news real quickly in just a couple of minutes. I want to let you know this is Stevens Pass specifically. About 4,000 feet elevation. A couple of inches today, 2 to 4 inches of snow tonight, and another additional inch or so by Friday. And the high Sunday on Stevens Pass, 50. So it'll all be gone. But if you're going to drive Stevens today and tonight, you're going to be dealing with some snow. And that's going to be our lead story when Steve comes back in 1 minute with your Thursday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CBCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CBCH respects that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is State Representative Kerry Condata inviting you to check out our newest show on the NCW Life channel. We call it the 12th District. Each week, we'll be taking an in-depth look at various political issues that affect our area, our state, and the world. We'll be featuring local and statewide experts on the subject matter at hand. Please join us weekly for the 12th District with yours truly, Kerry Condata. Check your channel guide for times or go to ncwlife.com for details.
And now it's time for your local news update with Steve Hare.
Good morning and welcome to a Thursday. Steve Hare with you in the NCW Life newsroom, and here's what's happening. First of all, the Cascades received a dusting of snow overnight, prompting some travel advisories over some mountain passes this morning, including White Pass. Earlier they had a traction tire advisory. Now here's how it looked on I-90 Snoqualmie Pass this morning. As you can see, snowfall. Wet snow actually falling at the higher elevations there near the summit. In fact, DOT snow plows were out early this morning clearing US 2 Stevens Pass. We snagged this little live stream video from the ski resort this morning. As you can see, a lot of white stuff on the ground up at Stevens Pass Ski Resort this morning. Same picture really up in Stevens, Mission Ridge. This is their webcam image this morning. Mission Ridge received some early season snowfall, just enough to get skiers excited about a possible early season opening, which normally comes around the Thanksgiving Day holiday. Also, the Wenatchee Area Ski Resort is scheduled to fire up the snowmaking machines in 19 days, weather permitting. It's possible we could get some more wet snow above the 3,000-foot elevation this morning and through the day as temperatures hover around the freezing mark and this frontal system passes through the area. Meanwhile, in another news release yesterday, the U.S. Forest Service announced that campfire restrictions have been lifted for national forest lands. Locally, in Chelan and Kittitas counties, campfires allowed in all areas of the national forest except where they're prohibited year-round or where fire closures are in effect. In Okanagan County, campfires are allowed in metal fire rings and established campgrounds and in wilderness areas except for locations where fire closures are in effect. Now, yesterday, I understand that the Forest Service was conducting prescribed burns in 6 different areas of the forest. So again, that's that time of the year as well. So you might watch for some plumes of smoke possible from these prescribed burns. And those are only conducted with perfect weather conditions. So it's possible they may have to delay if we have wetter conditions than normal today. Also in the news this morning, the Boy Scouts of America announced Wednesday plans to admit girls into the Cub Scouts starting next year and to establish a new program for older girls using the same curriculum as the Boy Scouts. The plan calls for the smaller Cub Scout dens to be single gender, boys or girls with larger packs, having the option to have mixed gender membership. The program for older girls starts in 2019 and will enable girls to earn their Eagle Scout rank. The Boy Scouts Board of Directors, which approved the plan unanimously in a meeting at BSA headquarters in Texas, said the change was needed to provide more options for parents. However, the Girl Scouts of the USA criticized the change. They maintain it strains the century-old bond between the two organizations. Girl Scout officials have suggested the BSA's move was driven partly by financial problems and a need to boost revenue. Elsewhere, well, they'll be tapping the beer kegs at the Fest Hall in Leavenworth one more time this weekend as Oktoberfest enters its final weekend in Leavenworth. The annual event has attracted thousands to Washington's favorite Bavarian resort village, and according to Chelan County Sheriff Brian Burnett, the crowds have been relatively peaceful so far.
From the first weekend, surprisingly, we had 35 incidents within the city limits of Leavenworth, and this last weekend, which is traditionally the biggest one, and both in attendance, and usually calls for service as well. I think that we only saw 25 calls for service. Now, in both of those weekends, we do just a singular trespass call for inside the October Festival event for Project Byron in the city, and then we just attach the names for those people that are removed, just in case they try to find their way back in, and then we can use that name for prosecution for an actual criminal trespass. And so so those are kind of a little bit of deflated numbers, just because there's 6 to maybe 10 trespasses per evening on each one of those, depending on over service and different things like that.
And except for a few scuffles, the sheriff reports no major law enforcement problems. Oktoberfest runs through Sunday, again at the Leavenworth Fest Hall. Chelan Douglas Job and Resource Fair was held at Pybus Market yesterday. Many area employers and support groups were on hand to help anyone of all ages either improve their job situation or provide resources to help with the job search. Steve Robinson, one of the organizers of the job fair, says the timing was perfect for a resource fair. This time of the year coincides with a robust local job market.
I think that most employers are finding it challenging to find good people. And so I think if you're in the job market, my impression is that if you're a job seeker, it's a good time to be looking for either a promotion or better opportunity, or maybe for that first job. So it's a good time to be looking for work.
About 5 to 10 people who attend the fair and are looking for work get hired each year. Local job fairs are held twice a year in the spring and fall here in the Wenatchee area. Well, last night at the Sleeping Lady Resort in Leavenworth, the Community Foundation of North Central Washington hosted its annual dinner to honor the nonprofit volunteers that serve the organization. Peter Drury is the Vice President for Mission Advancement of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and he was the keynote speaker at the event last night. He shared the insights on how to improve the effectiveness of nonprofits and when interacting with community with which they serve.
I think they're most powerful in combination. If the story of self is about the why, the story of us is about the how, and the story of now is about the what, what's that call to action? I think that's the most powerful combination. But even if you just remember these two moves, kind of 3 movements together or separate, the next time that you need to represent your organization, whether that's to a prospective funder, to community leaders, to a next door neighbor, whatever that is, I want you to try to turn the story around a little bit. Focus on one rather than many. Work on framing up that picture in advance and move through the story of self, the story of us, the story of now.
And again, you can look for the full version and presentation by Peter Drury on next week's NCW Life magazine. Meanwhile, the curtain goes up tonight. It's a debut of 12 Angry Men, presented by the Music Theater of Wenatchee at the New Performing Arts Center downtown. Mike Magnotti, of course, host of
Street Talk and
Street
other
Talk
stuff.
and other stuff here
Yes.
on NCW Life News. He's an actor in the play. Spoke with 2 fellow actors about what they hope the audience takes away from their show.
I mean, I think the walkaway, the takeaway, is hopefully there is some self-analysis that comes out of this, where people realize that we are trying to demonstrate more negative sides by and large, and some positive sides. I mean, each of these characters have some positive sides.
Yeah, definitely.
But we each have some negative sides, and that's true for all of us. And I think that by displaying a lot of them through the concept of this play, people may be able to look at this and analyze themselves a little bit.
Recognize themselves a little bit. Yeah, Jared, what do you think?
I really like the idea of 12 very different people coming to a consent. That no matter how much you disagree with somebody, you can still compromise,
Right.
and you can still agree on some basic things.
Right. Listen and have respect for what the other person's saying.
Congress could learn a little something,
Yeah.
I think, from this play. By the way, 12 Angry Men. It runs through October 28th at the PAC. Tickets available at Numerica's PAC box office.
It's at the Riverside Playhouse, which is a much smaller theater than America Performing Arts Center.
Very intimate.
So if you want to get tickets, get them, because there's not a lot of seats in that theater. It's very intimate, which is perfect for 12 Angry Men.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it doesn't have a bunch of set changes and nobody gets up and dances and sings. You know,
No.
It's just a hardcore drama concentrating on those 12 people in that one room. And so
Some
Riverside
great-
Playhouse is where it's going to be at. Again, small seating, so get your tickets, because there's no guarantee it's not going to sell out, and it probably will across the
It's a
board.
story that has great character development.
Yeah.
So, yeah, these guys do a great job.
It's good stuff, and everybody has lots of lines, so I'm sure there's quite a bit of rehearsal that's been going on there. That's going to be a great show, great show. 16 minutes after the hour on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Real quickly, we'll begin this little segment we'll end this segment where we began, which is a little bit of snow in the mountain passes. Specifically, I'm going to deal with Stevens Pass. A couple of inches today, 2 to 4 inches tonight. A little bit of light snow on Friday, but by Sunday, it'll all be gone, because the afternoon high on Stevens Pass Sunday will be near 50. And we have a beautiful weekend in store as well. Once we get through the rain, it will rain most of the day today and into the evening hours, starting about noon. Anything else we want to touch on?
I'm just hoping for maybe a Indian summer this year.
There you go. Native
Maybe in
American
November.
summer. It's Columbus Day after all, Steve, or officially anyway. 17 minutes after the hour, the news with Grant Olson at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock every weeknight right here on the NCW Life channel. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, sports and everything else you're used to. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
It turns out some people are more likely to do well at charter college and succeed in a new career. So, what's this charter type? Charter types are go-getters. Charter types follow through. Charter types love a challenge. If you're a hard worker looking for a fast path to a better career, you're just our type. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Antique Mall at Cashmere is Trade Dollar Coins' new location. Whether you're in search for coins, currency, gold, or silver, you'll find what you're looking for. From coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, find coins rarely seen from around the world. Whether you're buying or selling or need supplies, Trade Dollar Coins is the place to be. Located in Antique Mall at Cashmere. Open 7 days a week.
Just about 19 minutes after the hour, we are live here from Studio 9 to downtown Wenatchee on a good-looking Thursday morning. What a great sunrise. I don't blame you if you don't pay any attention to sports with that beautiful view outside of our window, but we got to do it anyway. Let's take a look at sports. The Wenatchee Wild played a rare Wednesday night game at the Town Toyota Center. A very tough Vernon Viper squad is in town. It didn't start out very good for the Wenatchee Wild. Here are your highlights with the voice of the Wild, Art Checker.
Sitting right there at the crease, and here's a shot blocked by Williamson. He comes back the other way. Short-handed, he's in, he shoots, and he scores. A short-handed goal for Vernon. He moves it over to Kevan Mokatari on the near wing, but he gets his pocket picked. And then just as quickly stolen back, Mokatari in, shoots, and he scores. And Chalatic slides it over to Arnold. Arnold spins, shot, save, score! Yep. Zek with a small spinorama, slides it over on the far side. Sasaki shoots, he scores! Chad Sasaki took the shot. I don't think anyone tipped it. Face off to the right of Yamnitsky, the Wild alum. Wild win the draw, back to the point, shot, pad save, rebound, score!
Sam Hassler chipped across, back to the point, swung across on the near side, but the Vipers inadvertently clear it themselves. And that'll bring us to the final horn as the Vipers just ran out of steam at the end, and the Wenatchee Wild shake off 2 first-period shorthanded goals. And they pick up the victory. A 3-2 win over the Vernon Vipers here tonight at Town Toyota Center.
Nicely done, Wild. There you have it. The Wild win 3-2. They will travel to West Kelowna Friday, and then they return home to host Merritt Saturday, 7 o'clock at the Town Toyota Center. Former Wenatchee Apple Sox manager and head coach Ed Nags will be joining the Corvallis Knights next summer. That's interesting. In a press release on Wednesday, the Knights announced that Nags will become the team's associate head coach for the 2018 season. Ed Nags says it all began with a phone call.
Yeah, I'll be heading down to Corvallis and spend my summer coaching down there with the Corvallis Knights. Brooke Knight, longtime guy that I've known in the league, coached against for a long time, had some great battles on the field over the years. Both he and their general manager, Dan Siegel, we've all been good friends, and they had found out that I was looking to possibly be out somewhere in coaching this summer, and so they said, hey, why not us? And so I said, well, really? And we just kind of began the conversation here at the end of the summer, and as it turns out, it kind of worked out, and I'll be heading that way helping them out.
Nags coached the Apple Sox for 14 seasons in a row. All 14 of them were winning seasons. They, of course, won 5 West Coast League championships under the helm of Ed Nags and a couple of runner-up finishes as well. Ed Nags went out of his way to point out that Apple Sox management played a great role in that great run.
I've worn a few uniforms over the time, but certainly my heart is definitely with the Apple Sox, and I couldn't be more happy and with what happened there and the experiences I had, and certainly what Jim Corcoran and Osborne did so I could have that experience.
Nags admitted it will be a little strange to be at Paul Thomas Senior Field next summer coaching for the other team. He said he wouldn't be surprised if he actually runs to the wrong dugout. We had a couple of local kids who were named Athletes of the Week for Week 6 from the WIAA. Jose Valdez, congratulations to Jose and Ashley Parton. Both of them attend Cascade High School in Leavenworth. For Valdez, he rushed for 62 yards and a couple of touchdowns. He also had 3 catches and 133 yards and 2 more scores. That's when the Kodiaks knocked off Clay Elum last week. And for Parton, she scored 3 goals and had 6 assists in last week's soccer matches. Congratulations to those 2 local athletes. Speaking of preps, let's take a look at the prep schedule for today. In soccer, Liberty Bell is at Manson. Chelan takes on Quincy. Cashmere is at Cascade. This is a battle for the first place in the Caribou Trail League. The last time the Kodiaks won in a shootout. Very exciting game. Wenatchee is back in Yakima for the second time this week. They'll take on the Davis Pirates. In volleyball tonight, Antioch is at Riverside Christian. Brewster will take on Manson and Mansfield. And Manson, I should say. Tenasket is at Waterville Mansfield. Chelan is at Zilla. And Davis will be at Wenatchee. The NCW Live Channel cameras will be there. We will tape it and play it back later on in the week. And also on the prep schedule for today, there's a lot going on. Swimming and diving. The undefeated Wenatchee Panthers will travel to Moses Lake to take on the Chiefs. Eastmont is at West Valley. And in slow pitch softball, Moses Lake will take on the undefeated and first place Wenatchee Panthers at 3 o'clock on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. Didi Gregorius is my new hero. He had a couple of home runs off Coey Kluber. The Yankees beat Cleveland 5-2. They advanced to the American League Championship Series. New York relievers David Robertson and I should know this guy because he throws 100 miles an hour, Mr. Chapman. They combined for 4 2/3 scoreless innings. Cleveland chased CC Sabathia in the 5th, but the bullpen came in and closed it out for the Yankees. Yankees, Houston, American League Championship Series begins on Friday. Steven Strasburg overcame flu-like symptoms not only to start, but he shut down Chicago's offense. He helped force Game 5 of the National League Division Series. Strasburg struck out 12 in 7 innings of 3-hit ball at Wrigley. It was a 1-0 game until the 8th. That's when Michael A. Taylor broke it open for the Nationals with a grand slam home run. Game 5 back in our nation's capital today at 5 o'clock. The winner advances to face the Dodgers in the National League Championship Series. That's sports at 24 after the hour as we're live from Studio 4 here in downtown Wenatchee. The obscure holiday of the day today is National Gumbo Day. I love gumbo. I love gumbo. It's It's not particularly complicated to make. There's a lot of spices, of course. Okra, you got to put okra, or it's not real gumbo. But it is time consuming. It's funny because I make a homemade chili that I just love, and I have no problems making it on a nice lazy winter weekend because it takes about 4.5, 5 hours for me to make my chili. It takes about 4 hours to make a good dish of gumbo, and yet I don't have the patience to make gumbo. But I'll eat it. I'll eat gumbo. I love gumbo. National Gumbo Day. Have a dish of it. If you serve it the correct way, you serve it over rice. Remember that. National Gumbo Day. I got some craving for some gumbo. 25 minutes after the hour. It is October 12th, Today in History, and you're going to notice a theme for this Thursday edition of Today in History. It was 525 years ago, October 12th, 1492, Christopher Columbus's expedition made landfall in the Caribbean. He thought he had reached the Indies. Of course, he didn't. It was actually the Bahamas where he landed. So there you go. That's why October 12th, for years and years and years and years, was always celebrated as Columbus Day, because it happened 525 years ago today. And then you fast forward 300 years to October 12th, 1792, 225 years ago today. The first celebration of Columbus Day ever held took place in New York City. There are no photographs, there are no paintings. That's the best I could do. That's from this year's Columbus Day Parade, but the very first Columbus Day celebration took place in New York City 225 years ago today. 125 years ago today, October 12th, 1892, the Pledge of Allegiance was first recited by students in most U.S. public schools as part of the celebration of the 400th anniversary of Columbus's landing in the New World. So today is really, in all intents and purposes, the birthday of the Pledge of Allegiance. It has changed, of course, over the years, but it was first recited in public schools in a big group effort on this date 125 years ago. And the old timers will tell you about the storm of 62 because it was 55 years ago today. It was a Friday, October 12, 1962, the Columbus Day storm struck the Pacific Northwest. Record wind velocities. 46 people were killed. $230 million in damages in 1962 money. A lot of the records that were set have never been broken. It was an incredibly intense storm. The people who remember it in the Seattle area still talk about it. And most of the wind records, they don't really know because the vast majority of the wind machines blew off the roofs. I kid you not, they were just gone. Weather stations were blown away, so they don't really know how strong many of the wind gusts were. But the famous Columbus Day storm of 1962 struck the Pacific Northwest on this date 55 years ago today. And at 28 minutes after the hour, we got birthdays for October 12th. He has been described as the greatest living soul singer, and he just very well may be. I'm talking about Sam Moore, one half of Sam and Dave, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, 1992. Hold on, I'm coming. I'm a soul man. I thank you. When something is wrong with my baby, you got me humming. The great Sam Moore. Of course, his partner was Dave Prater. Great stage show, great recordings. Sam Moore and Dave Prater, the great Sam and Dave, they didn't like each other, but boy, could they sing together. Sam Moore, 82 years old today. Probably the most famous opera singer of all time, Luciano Pavarotti. Can you think of any other opera singers who had such worldwide acclaim and actually crossed over into popular music? That would be the guy, Luciano Pavarotti, born in this state in 1935, the great Italian tenor, acted too. Passed away of pancreatic cancer at the age of 71 back in 2007. Probably one of the finest tenors of the 20th century. Certainly, perhaps, the most well-known. I think he gets that one hands down. Chris Wallace is 70 years old today. I've respected this gentleman as a journalist. He, of course, started out with NBC. He hosted Meet the Press for quite some time, moved on to ABC. Now he's on Fox. Happy birthday to Chris Wallace, of course, his father, the legendary Mike Wallace. Chris Wallace is 70 years old today. How about some local celebrities? Happy birthday to Abby Waterhouse. There she is. That's a photo of Abby down here with a couple of little kids in Papua New Guinea from last summer. That's where she went. She's currently a freshman at Central Washington University down there in Ellensburg. Happy 20th birthday to Abby Waterhouse, and that comes from your whole family, Abby, and it's a big family. Happy 20th to Abby Waterhouse. And our friend and former coworker, Becca Freemouth, celebrates a birthday today. There's Becca. We did our research. She's 24 years old today. Becca's professional career after she finished college and her education at Western was right here at the NCW Life Channel. Now she has all kinds of sticks in the fire. Becca Freemouth, happy birthday Becca from the whole crew here at the NCW Life channel. Don't forget, if you know somebody who's celebrating a birthday, you can submit them to us. There's two ways to do it. Number one, you can go to our website, ncwlife.com, and you'll see the icon for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Click on it. Up pops the birthday club submission form. Fill out the form, attach the photo, we'll get it, and we'll get it on the air. In fact, we have a local celebrity birthday tomorrow as well. Or message us on Facebook. Go to our Facebook page and send us a message. And please don't forget the photo. That's half the fun, all right? Everyone is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion in just a couple of minutes. Special thanks to our friends at Highgate Senior Living for sponsoring this show. Winter is coming, and if you've been sitting around, your husband and wife, you're going, I don't want to shovel the walk anymore. Remember last winter? It stunk. I don't want to clean out the gutters. I don't want to rake the leaves. I don't want to take care of the yard anymore. Let's simplify our lives. Let's make Highgate our home. And that's the first place you should go. Highgate Senior Living. Independent living, everything in between, great food. If you want to make your own food in your own little kitchen, that's fine. If you want to go to their commissary and eat, do that too. Highgate Senior Living, each day to the fullest. And they watch the show each morning. So, hi Highgate. Thanks for watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. 31 minutes after the hour, live from Studio 1 in downtown Wenatchee. Everyone is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. And then Darcy Christofferson, the administrator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, will be in our studio. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
This is Melissa Knott, and I'd like to welcome you to Highgate Senior Living, where our residents become friends and our friends become family. Come enjoy a quiet moment in our beautiful courtyard, or join your friends for great conversation. Improve your balance with one of our many gentle exercise classes, and enjoy home-cooked meals with friends in our beautiful dining room. Highgate Senior Living, each day to the fullest.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's blueberry picking season, and King 5 named us the second best destination restaurant in Washington State. So toss the family in the cruiser and get on out to Blueberry Hills for the best down-home scratch country cooking you've had in years. And don't forget our award-winning pies. We're fun, family-friendly, and a delicious destination year-round. We're open every day from 8 to 3, serving breakfast and lunch all day. So come on out to Blueberry Hills.
Hey, this is Justin at Club Crow Bar and Grill reminding you it's your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Jam sessions and live bands playing a wide range of music. If pool tables or pull tabs are more your thing, we have you covered. Enjoy the fun and food at Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Stop on by today.
Hi, I'm Lonnie Boucher, attorney and owner of EstateEdge.com. If you died unexpectedly, who would take care of your estate? Your minor children. EstateEdge.com is your online resource to obtain a simple will and other important estate planning documents. Having a will allows you to plan in advance for the protection of your estate and the care and custody of your children. For your peace of mind, go to EstateEdge.com today.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by First Choice Collision Center. The Oktoberfest 10-mile and 5-mile trail runs plus a kids race happens Saturday, October 14. This event is held on Wenatchee National Forest lands near Leavenworth, with the start and finish occurring at the community's historic ski hill facility. Registration is open until October 13. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, retail businesses, if you're not doing so well, here's a tip. I believe the concept of retail is that a business wants people to come in to that business and exchange their money in their pockets for the merchandise the business has on its shelves. Well, okay, fine. But here's the important part. The exchange occurs at something called a checkout stand or a cash register. Now, this is the point, right? A customer takes your stuff and gives you money. Wouldn't it therefore make sense to actually have a sufficient number of people at the place where this exchange is supposed to take place, so that the potential transaction can actually occur within a reasonable amount of time? Now, I mean, in my own limited perspective, that's what I think is a good idea. Now, maybe consider it. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Hi, my name's Emmy. And I'm Ashley. And we'd like to invite you to this year's Wenatchee Mini Maker Fair. It will be held on October 21st at the Wenatchee Convention Center, and guess what? It's free!
Wenatchee Mini Maker Fair allows people to show, sell, and demonstrate what they've made to the community.
This year there will be a variety of booths, everything from art to robotics, along with hands-on demonstrations and performances throughout the show. So bring your friends, bring your family, and come on down.
Hi, I'm Eric Grandstrom, host of Let's Learn here on the NCW Life channel, a program where we learn about different topics. And on this particular series, it's Death and Die. It's a conversation that no one wants to have, but we're going to have it right here on the NCW Life channel. So you're dead. Now what? We're going to learn all about the choices you have and the decisions you need to make. It's Let's Learn on the NCW Life channel.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Dear Merry Maids, please clean the kitchen, and the cabinets, and floors, and the chairs. And I wish you could clean the dog. Colin is now feeding himself. Thanks, Megan.
Hi, Megan. No worries. We got it all cleaned up. Let's hope Colin gets past the spaghetti flinging stage soon. Till then, we've got you covered. See you next time. Merry Maids.
Just about 37 minutes after the hour, that cough that you just heard.
Sorry.
Darcy Christopherson, the administrator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, who is going to be a regular guest on this program as we get closer and closer to April 26th, which is the beginning of the Apple. That's when the festival begins next.
I'm thinking October.
No, well, that's because we'll talk
we're
about
in
the auction.
October.
Yeah,
Yes, you're
the
right.
festival
April
itself
26th.
begins on April 26th, and we just kind of work our way up there to the big week, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm an Apple Blossom fanatic. Here's a question right off the top. You know, it's our little party. You know, we invite the state, and anybody who wants to come to little old Wenatchee Town, USA, and enjoy our 10-day little party that we like to call the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Do you keep analytics on who comes in from out of town, or is it becoming more and more of just a Wenatchee Valley kind of a thing?
It's really funny you say that. We are going to get an app. So our app will be able to do little surveys like that. So that will help us a lot in tracking, you know, out-of-town visitors, local visitors, how old they are. So we're super excited about that. Our board just approved it last night in our board meeting that the festival will be launching their own app on Pageant Day.
Oh,
so,
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it'll be great. So as of now, no, but hopefully after this year, we'll be able to do that.
And of course, obviously, almost with a couple of exceptions, a lot of the food vendors, of course, are from out of town. They do the circuit. They go from festival to festival. And obviously, the bands are coming in from out of town, the big bands that you get for Memorial Park, and of course, the marching as well. I always make a point to talk to the people who come from out of town. Usually, it's in the beer garden. What do you think? Do you like it? Oh, I love it. They have a good time. People are having a good, you know, I'd like to see more people come to town to enjoy the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival.
Well, and I think what we do is it's more of a family event. So yes, people bring their families to Wenatchee. I think they just stay one night instead of two. You know, in the old days it used to be the whole weekend. So I think I think people do come from out of town. But again, we'll be able to
I like that.
to
I like that.
test that. I'm so excited.
We're all excited because the big auction is coming up. I just blew a blank on the date.
October 21st.
Thank you. October
Next
21st.
Saturday.
Next Saturday at the Wenatchee
Yes.
Convention Center. You're ready to go.
We're ready to go. This is our 22nd auction. I can't believe we're saying that, but we've been doing this auction for 22 years, and it's a big fundraiser for us. We use the dollars, we say for after the festival, and that is to build our float, take the royalty to the out-of-town festivals, the scholarships for the royalty, you know, whatever it is that's after the festival, that's what these dollars go to. So it's October 21st. Tickets are $50 each, or you can buy a table of 10 for $500. We have over 300 people in attendance right now. We, of course, are looking for more people. If you'd like to come, just give us a call at the festival office at 662-3616, or you can just go to appleblossom.org and download the invitation.
The best thing to do is get together with 9 of your friends, get a table
really
of 10. You're going to
is.
save yourself a lot of money.
Yeah.
You can sit with all of your friends and enjoy an adult beverage or two
Yeah.
and some food. And what's the theme?
The theme this year is Round Up Your Posse. Andy Kottkamp is our Director General this year, and he's from Pendleton, Oregon, so he loves the Pendleton
The Pendleton
rodeo.
Roundup is huge.
Yeah, huge, huge, huge. So we kind of try to tailor our auction theme around the Director General. So he is a Western guy, so that's our theme for this year.
So you don't have to dress in cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. and
Yes,
one in
you
the street.
do.
No, you.
Everybody
it's- to
has
get
to
in-
dress up.
To
It's
get into
just-
the spirit, you should.
You should.
But
yeah.
it's not required. If your check clears the bank and you bought a
Yeah,
seat,
that's
they're going to let you in,
That's
regardless.
true.
You can't show up naked. That's the one thing. You do have to be dressed.
No, you can't show up naked. I'm
can't
just
just-
trying to remember if anybody has, but no, you can't,
You can't show up naked. Most of the usual thing, if you've done this auction before, you know most of the stuff still applies. You're going to have your Quino.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have your the live auction and the silent auction. What is different this year from previous? What's? I know you mix things up a little bit every year. What's anything new this year that you haven't tried before that you're taking a run at?
Well, like you said, we do have a lot of the same. You have a full meal. We'll have hosted beer from Odom. Then a no-host bar. We do have Quino, and what Quino is you buy a ticket for $20, a number for $20. If your number's drawn, you're out. Then we have a little contest at the end where 5 people decide if they want the money or not, and then it goes down to 1.
That was my favorite part when I've MC'd this a couple
Yes.
times. And my favorite thing was the Quino thing.
Yeah, because you were so mean to people when your number was drawn.
To them?
You're a loser. You're out.
I did no such thing.
Yes, you did.
And if I did, I deny it.
But what's great about Quino is that you get a second chance to win. So if your number's out, then we do the whole money thing, and then we redraw a number. And if your number's drawn, you can win an Echo show. It's different than an Echo. You've heard of the Alexa,
Right.
Then the small Echo. Well, now they have an Echo show, which is a video screen. I know. So if we draw your number, you can win that.
Who donated that?
Sunny FM.
Oh, good. David
Yeah.
Charles Harold,
Yep,
we love you.
Yep. He always donates the key items. So
Yeah.
we always try to find something exciting. But something new, too, that we're doing is a door prize. So when you walk in the door, you get a ticket with a number on it, and then you have to stay to win, but we will be giving away a TV set.
Wow.
I shouldn't say TV set. They're not even called TV sets anymore, are they?
TV
Like-
monitors, I
yeah,
guess is what you call them?
something like that. But anyway, we'll be giving a TV set away, so that's something new. And I don't know if you've been since we've done Heads and Tails, but it's
Refresh my memory.
It's Heads and Tails. Again, you buy a ticket for that, and then the MC will do Heads or Tails, and everybody in the audience that has a ticket does that. And again, you win money for that.
That's
We have
probably why I
lots
don't
of
do
games.
I don't do the MC anymore because I would get too complicated. for me.
You would be so confused.
I
Actually,
am.
Ron Burschauer is our MC this
Oh,
year.
he'll do a great job.
He'll do a great job. Then of course Cody Hodge is our auctioneer, and
The best there is.
he's been with us for the full 22 years.
Yeah.
So he
He's as
knows
good as they get.
everyone.
Yep.
He makes us a lot of money because he
And
knows.
he gets that auction going. And that's we probably should mention this. If I remember correctly, there is a lot more silent auction items and less live auction items than before, correct?
Correct. We have about 300 silent items. Again, our community is amazing. we call and everyone says yes. So big thank you to everyone. I don't think we've ever gotten a no. You know, no matter if it's $50
You're hard
or
to say no to.
$500, we get something donated. So big thank you to everyone for that. So we have about 300 items. We have 3 different sections. And then we have about 13 live items.
So which is less than
It
normal.
is less. You know, we've learned that we kind of got to condense that a little bit because it goes a little long.
And there are people who just, they want the vacation trip or they want the big thing aligned, but they don't want to put their number up. They don't, you know, they're a little intimidated. Although Cody makes it easy.
Oh, he does.
But the whole back and forth of the auction when he goes from table to table to table to table, it become a lot. I think most people, and I'm speaking for myself when I say most people, I prefer the silent auction.
Yeah,
because you get an eye on a couple of items and you get your name down there and you get your bid down and then.
Although I did get a live item last year. I went to the Tim and Faith Hill concert last year.
Of course. Well, you're not going to miss that. Is that true that Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, they've been seeing quite a bit of each other lately? Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
There's
they
something
have
going
been.
on
There's
there.
something going on with them.
Juicy country music and gossip. What's some of the silent item auctions? Some of them are very reasonably priced, and you don't have to bring a lot of money. But some of them are really nice on the silent auction.
I did bring a couple of them.
Oh, good.
So do you ever watch the Treehouse Masters?
I love that show.
So does my husband,
Yeah.
Jeff. He in fact, we watched it yesterday a little bit. But we have for the live auction where you can stay in one of his tree houses.
Wow.
I can't remember where they live. Faith, Washington, something like that. Fair, I can't remember. But anyway, over on the west side.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like, I think of it like a bed and breakfast, only it's tree houses. So it's for 2 people and you'll spend 2 nights in one of his tree houses. So I have a feeling I'll be bidding on that one. And then we have an African safari hunt.
What?
Yes, an African safari hunt. And all these are on our website. So be sure and go to appleblossom.org and look at all of our live stuff. But yes, an African safari hunt.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
I love
And
that.
then we have a NASCAR event on March 4th. I'm not a NASCAR person, so forgive me. If we were talking about the Seahawks, I'd be able to tell you everything.
Right.
But NASCAR, we have 2 garage passes, so that's a big deal.
Yeah,
Because you
and then
can't get garage passes, I guess. And then 2 tickets to the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series race in Las Vegas on March 4th.
How did you swing that?
And Jeremy Anders,
yeah.
Anders from the Evergreen Speedway donated that. But then you also get rooms at Mandalay Bay. And then you also have a show that you will be going to if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember what the other item is, and that's not on here. So this just happened yesterday, part of it.
So are all the live item auctions on your
Yes,
website so you
all
can
the
look at
live-
it and preview it?
Yep, all the live stuff's on our website right now. And then if you're going to the auction, we of course will email you the full program, so you'll be able to
You can do your homework.
do your homework
Yeah.
and circle what you want.
And this is the kind of thing we talked about getting your table for 10. You can get together with your friends and everybody pool their money and you bid and you get something that
Taste
you really, really
Buds
want.
is a great one. They're doing dinner for 8, and you can do it either at Taste Buds or they will cater at your home. And then Haran Estates, of course, is donating, or Haran Winery is donating the
vino.
wine, and then Apple Blossom Floral is doing centerpieces. So there's just all kinds of fun. Texam Hold'em poker, how to learn how to do poker or play poker, do poker. Obviously, it's something that I don't do very well, along with NASCAR, but hey, maybe I'll bid on that.
You brought some pictures, actually Allie sent me some pictures of previous auctions, and they're all themed. You're going to walk us through some of these photos. That's that was the sock hop theme, is that correct?
That was, oh gosh, it had, I don't remember what our actual theme was for that. It would have had to have been.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's Amy and her mama,
Yeah.
Amy Mowbray.
Yep.
I can't remember. I think we all wore, I don't remember.
I think there's more photos from this particular auction.
22 years of this, and you kind of forget the themes.
Let's go to the next picture. Maybe it'll refresh your memory a little bit.
Oh,
you
that
Dina.
was our Halloween theme.
Yeah.
And all the staff were Disney princesses. So I was Belle.
I love it.
My hair has never been that long in my life. Yes, I wore. Oh, see, I think that was Halloween. Yeah, because there I am in my Belle dress. So that would have been Halloween. That's the Weinstein Beverage Group.
And as you notice, everybody is having fun.
Oh, it's so fun. And that's what's fun about it, really, is the dressing up.
There's the same. There's
that's my book club.
Oh, there's my sister Julie there.
Yeah.
That's, everybody seems to be having a good time. And again, they're in costume, but you don't have to wear a costume if you don't want to.
Well, you were the MC for this one.
Yeah, I was. I wore my New York Yankee jersey that year.
You did?
Yes.
That was the year I got engaged at the auction.
Yes, because I had to play a big role in that. I had to keep that under my hat for a few days.
That was very
interesting. But we got together with Jeff and we pulled it off.
Oh, now, okay, so this would still be the Halloween one, I guess. But see, that's Jody on the left. She's our bookkeeper.
Yep.
So that's her cashmere friends that she brings every year. Oh my, yeah.
We got more photos.
So this would have been the 80s.
Uh-huh.
I was Madonna that year.
That's the one decade I don't remember particularly well.
Yeah. Oh, look at Linda and Adele.
And Adele.
Oh, funny. Oh, yep.
There's David Charles.
There, and that's Daryl Ferguson.
Right.
So he
Our good
was our
friend Daryl.
director general that year.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that was the 80s theme.
There's a bunch of my favorite
Oh my
people right there.
gosh.
Look at those.
See, that's Amy and her group. They've gone forever. And that's what's great is a lot of people do this
they go every year.
every
Yeah,
single
sure.
year.
Absolutely.
And it's,
There's
see,
Daryl
I'm
again.
Madonna.
By the way,
I don't
Daryl
know
dresses
why
like
I'm
that
not
every
smiling.
day.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's
He does.
he didn't have to go deep in the closet to do that.
Oh, that's Heads and Tails.
Heads and Tails. There you go.
So the gentleman in the plaid shirt, he won. That's
and-
Jack Crow.
But this, by the way, is from last year's auction, because the theme
So we
last
were
year
the
was-
redneck. It
Right.
was a redneck theme. So that was a
And again,
super
just like the
fun-
year before, Daryl Ferguson did not have to go deep into his closet to find a redneck outfit. He wears one to work every day. I love that.
Oh, that was such a fun theme.
Great. And then there's a lot of work that goes into this. You have to decorate the convention center with the theme. There's just your volunteers. Without your volunteers, it doesn't happen, does it?
Yeah, Dina Bollinger is, there's Terry and Cookie.
Yeah.
Dina Bollinger is our chairperson this year. She's either been the chairperson or the head of decorations for at least 15 of the 22 years that we've done this. Oh, there's my hubby.
Yeah.
And that's Allie's boyfriend, Corey.
Oh.
Rednecks. So yeah, people think we don't do a lot in the summer, but
No, you
as
do.
you know, we do. And one of the main things that we are working on is the auction. So our whole summer is getting all the items, coming up with new ideas, and then Friday we will go into the center and decorate, and Dina and her crew. We have all these Appalarians that come in and help us and get it all fixed up. And every year I'm just like, how do you do this every year and make it so awesome? And she
Not only do
just
they
does
do it, but they do it without complaining.
right. It's fun. But we have a routine, and we just kind of stick to that routine. 10 o'clock, the Nancy's truck comes up to the office, and we load it up. At 11, we unload it, and
Does all the wine make it to the convention center, or do a couple bottles accidentally get left behind?
I haven't touched any, and we don't do the wine anymore.
Right.
We do build the bar, so it is anything you want. So there's lots of booze in my office right now.
I'll be
But
visiting
if
you.
you want to donate, you can. You just bring a bottle of whatever your favorite booze is, or wine or beer, and we put your name on it and say that it's been donated by you. And then it's one of our live items. So that's a great thing that a lot of people split. So as couples, they'll go in on it, and then they'll fight over which bottle they get to take home.
If the Apple Blossom Festival has kind of a calendar, this is like the beginning. This is like New Year's, because it kind of starts with the auction, then you transition to royalty selection pageant, and then you work your way to the Apple Blossom Festival proper. So if there's really three big events that's central to the Apple Blossom Festival: the auction, royalty selection night, and then the festival itself. And we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back with Darcy, we'll talk about the royalty selection process. It's coming up. That and a little bit more with Darcy Christopherson, the administrator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. When we come back, you're watching Wake Up in Nancy Valley on the NCW Life channel.
The NCW Life News, I'm Grant Olson.
Of the NCW Life Legislative Hotline, I'm Steve Hare.
I'm Eric Grandstrom with NCW Life Sports.
And now, your weather forecast for north central Washington.
We're here at the downtown fire station right now.
Dry and warm weather pattern for Friday.
Considering that we're supposed to be 103 degrees today, how do you keep these guys cool?
And this just in, traffic is slowed in the Orondo area as firefighters attack a brush fire.
Right here on NCW Life News.
That's it. I'm going to Romaine Electric where they fix it right the first time.
How can we help you?
My window won't go up when I push the button.
Sure, we can fix that and anything electrical on your vehicle.
The diagnostics team at Romaine Electric identifies and repairs all electrical issues from farm, truck, marine, industrial, diesel, ATV, and PWC. Romaine's mechanics are here to assist you. Stop by or give them a call today, 663-8150. It's a spectacular good time all month long in Cashmere. Scarecrows will be waiting for you throughout the town. Silly ones, spooky ones, and everything in between. Yes, it's Scare Crazy in Cashmere. Bring the family and find the scarecrows all around Cashmere. And be sure to stop by these fine sponsors. The Antique Mall at Cashmere. Come find your treasure. And Club Crow Bar and Grill, home of the blues, brews, and barbecue.
Six minutes after the hour here with Darcy Christopherson. We have just a couple of minutes left, and you and I are craving some Stone's gastropub.
I know, that gravy thing looked really yummy.
I had a steak at Stone's last summer. I swear you could cut it with a dull spoon. It was that perfect. I mean, it was a great steak. I really enjoyed it. But enough about Stone's. Let's talk about Apple Blossom Festival. Real quickly, before we wrap things up with talking about the auction again, the royalty candidate information. Quick little thumbnail on prospective candidates for the Royal Court.
Yep, if you're a senior girl in the Wenatchee or Eastmont school districts, that's homeschooled, private school, public school, and Running Start counts, and have a 2.75 GPA, you are eligible to run for Apple Blossom Royalty. We have a mandatory meeting on November 28th with yourself as a senior girl and a parent or guardian. You have to attend that meeting. If you don't attend that meeting and a parent or guardian does not attend, you can't run for Apple Blossom Royalty. So that's what I always tell the girls is if you are the least bit thinking about running, you have to go.
Yeah, you're not making a commitment.
You're not
just
making a
being
commitment
informed.
by going. You're just being informed. That's a great way of saying it because it's a lot of work to be a top 10 candidate and especially to be a royalty member. So we like to be able to go over all that with you, be totally honest. It takes 1 hour, and we have them at 12 noon, 4 p.m., and 6 p.m. at the Wenatchee Center. So you only have to attend one of them, and you don't have to attend the same one as your parents. So your parents could go to the noon one, and then you could go to the 6 o'clock one.
Exactly. 2 minutes left. Let's finish up where we started the auction. Last, just all the basic information one more time. All of this, by the way, appleblossom.org. Appleblossom.org, real quickly.
Yes, go to our website, appleblossom.org. $50 for tickets. You get dinner. You get free beer. You do have a no-host bar. We are still taking tickets. It would be great if we had our final numbers by Wednesday.
Because you have to.
You got to get your number and you.
And the center needs to figure out how much food they need to cook.
So Wednesday would be the cutoff date, but it is just like you said, it is so much fun, and it is the kickoff of our festival, and it does really kind of set the tone for the year for us. So we just really encourage people to get your tickets. And just by going, you're already supporting
exactly.
the festival.
Even if you
so
don't
if
buy
you don't buy anything, and we have what we call raise the paddle during the live. So if you don't get anything in your silent or your live, you can put up your paddle and at least donate $50. Yeah. So it's buying a raffle ticket, you're totally donating. So
what it really is, it's a party.
It is.
It's a big party and it's a lot of fun.
It is
I've always enjoyed going every year.
It's like like a reunion.
It is.
Because it's a lot of our volunteers that kind of have been in hibernation for the summer after the festival, and we do that on purpose because we work so hard during the festival, and then we kind of don't see each other in the summer, and it's kind of like, oh yay, we're back. We're back.
Yes.
So
it is, and once again, the theme is
round up your posse.
Round up your posse.
Yeah. Western.
Right. Darcy, thanks. We'll
Thank
see you next month, right?
Yep, I'll be here next month.
Everybody have yourself a great Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.